Hey guys, it's Shari J and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a video about plant insurance and reviving old plants. So I wanted to do this video because back in December I did a plant haul. It was my birthday and I knew no one was going to buy me plants, so I had to buy them myself. And I bought about 4 or 5 different plants, and basically I never got around to doing that video. But of course I kept an eye on the plants, seeing how they were doing, and they were great up until maybe about the end of January, and they all looked like they were about to die. Like literally all the new plants that I bought in December all looked like they were dying, and I was devastated. So what I wanted to do was basically figure out what was going on before they died, because I've only killed 1 plant in my plant journey and I didn't want that number to increase. So I decided to make sure I filmed the process, because I was like, well, at least I can make this video and see what happens. And also I wanted to do it for myself to see if I could actually like revive a plant that seemed like it was going to die. And it turned out to be, well, you're gonna see if I succeeded or not, but I thought that the process seemed to be really good and I thought it would make a really interesting video, so hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. So let's start at the very beginning. I actually bought my first plant that I want to talk about a little before December. I remember because when I had my Friendsgiving, the plant looked absolutely amazing and my friend thought it was fake. It looked that good. And this is the lemon lime philodendron, and oh, it's also called a neon philodendron, but I like to call it a lemon lime philodendron. But this plant, I got it at Lowe's. I don't even remember why I went to Lowe's, but I saw it and I had to have it because I never saw one of these in real life, and it was so perky, it was so pretty. So of course, imagine my surprise a month or 2 later when it looked like it was dying. I didn't know what was going on. I regularly watered it, maybe like once a week, and it never looked bad until it started looking like it was dying. Like I was like, what is happening? Like I literally had no idea what was going on, and I had looked at the roots. I knew that it was like a little bit root bound, but I thought I could get away with like keeping it in that pot for a while. So that was obviously not the case. So I decided to repot the plant, and before I repotted it, I did take a couple cuttings, because that's what we call plant insurance in the plant world. And I learned this all from Plantarina. Shout out to her. She's my favorite. I love her so much. But anyway, I basically cut a couple cuttings off because it was already trailing, and I was like, if God forbid I kill this plant, at least I can have a couple cuttings to propagate, and that way I'll have another plant just in case something goes awfully wrong and I kill it. So I went ahead and put it in another pot. It was in a 6-inch pot, so I bumped it up into a 7.5-inch pot, and of course I backfilled it, and you know how to repot plants. And so I went ahead and did that, and I watered it, and literally the next day it perked right back up. I was so happy about it. I couldn't believe it, and I'm going to show you what the plant looks like right now. Here we are. There is one leaf that looks so bad right here. We're gonna ignore that for now, but this plant looks so good. It's continuing to grow like crazy. I mean, look at this. It's still beautiful. I can't believe that it's grown this much. I do have to think, well, I do think I'm gonna bump it up into a 8-inch pot, because the soil is like to the brim. I don't even know if you can see that, but the soil is to the brim, and I need to definitely put this into a bigger pot. But for now it's doing well. I probably will repot it again, maybe like in a month's time. I just didn't want to repot it and then move it out of the pot that I just put it in when it perked right back up. And as you can, I mean, look at the leaves. They're just like, they're right there. They're not hanging down. They're doing well. They're doing, I mean, look at it. It's such a beautiful plant. Like, I love looking at this plant. It's in my bedroom now, so I can see it every day when I wake up, and I just get so happy. So yeah, it's doing really well, and I'm so glad I didn't kill this plant, because I would have like been so upset. But you saw how pathetic it looked, right? And I saved it. Alright, so let's talk about the second plant that I got. I, again, was just roaming around Home Depot. I'm pretty sure I was there to get a pot, and I ended up seeing this plant. It was the most gorgeous golden pothos I've ever seen in my life. I'm pretty much into buying smaller plants and then watching them grow and getting more excited about when they grow bigger and better. But this one was just calling my name, and I just had to get it, so I bought it. And it was literally the most beautiful thing ever. Oh my god, just putting that plant in a cover pot. It was white. It just looked like it belonged in my apartment. But sadly, that did not last very long. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe a couple days later, it was some yellow leaves already in the pot, and I just literally pruned them away. I just cut them away, and I thought it was going to be done and over and done with. But no. It continued to have more yellow leaves, and it just got to the point where the back of the plant was beginning to be bald, because every time a new leaf would come out, it would turn yellow. And I was just like, what is happening? I would water the plant because I thought maybe it was dry. I mean, it was pretty dry. And then the yellow leaves, and then really I knew it was a problem when the yellow leaves started forming on some of the hanging leaves, and I was like, oh my god, this is starting to spread. What is going on? What is happening? So I was like, I'm gonna have to repot this plant. I didn't want to touch it, but I knew I had to. So I realized it was root bound, and I didn't know what was going on, you guys, but I thought, you know, yellow leaves, it means it's root rot. And I can laugh about it now, but at the time I was like, oh my god, it's root rot. Like, I'm gonna have to like take all the soil out of the roots. I'm gonna have to deconstruct it. And I literally did exactly that. I deconstructed this plant. I took the roots apart. Oh my god, I just basically murdered this plant, and I thought I was helping to save it. Like, I was like, I'm gonna save it. And I just, yeah, I didn't find out until later that Pothos doesn't really like to be, their roots, they don't like their roots being all disturbed like that. So yeah, I did that, and I basically killed it. I didn't even have any worm castings left, and so I basically repotted this plant in just soil, a whole bunch of perlite and bark, like a whole bunch of good drainage stuff, but no fertilizer. And so obviously the plant didn't make it. But I did take a whole bunch of cuttings because I knew it wasn't going to work, because literally it just looked so sad and pathetic. And I think by like day 3 after I repotted it, it just looked so sad. And it was just like, yeah, girl, what the fuck? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, it was so bad. And so basically I had to just throw it away. It was so sad, but I had a lot of cuttings. Like, I basically cut the mess out of that plant because I was like, I'm gonna definitely take insurance. Like, this plant is just too beautiful for us to just let it just go in the garbage and then be done with it. So it only took maybe about 2 weeks for the cuttings to start getting some good roots on it. Like, I was really surprised. I thought it was gonna take like a month. The umbrella tree, that tree right there, that plant, it took like 2 months for it to sprout out roots when I did a propagation. So I was really surprised it didn't take that long for this pothos to have roots on it. So I basically took a pot and I put the roots in the pot. And I did use a root hormone. This is called Garden Safe Take Root Rooting Hormone. I used that where I put the root down. I don't know if this works. I use it all the time though when it comes to any cutting, or even when I'm repotting a plant, I will put this down below where the roots are gonna go, and none of my propagations have died, but I don't know if this works or not, but I use it all the time. Anyway, that's what I did, and it's been about a month, and so far so good. This is doing really well. I am noticing some growth. I have started to bottom water though. Bottom water my plants. So I bottom watered this plant, and I haven't had any issues. And I don't know if you probably can't tell that it's growing, but it's growing. And I'm very, very happy about it because, again, I mean, to think about what the plant looked like before this happened, you probably would be a little pissed. But I'm just glad that I didn't lose the whole thing. And, you know, these leaves are doing really well. It's growing and, you know, it has some height now. So I'm just very happy just to see it grow. This one is a little yellow. I was going to throw this away, but I'm like, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. But yeah, that's what this Pothos is looking like now. Just straight off the plant insurance. So there you go. But yeah, just for future, for plant newbies like myself, do not disturb the Pothos roots, okay? Because you might end up doing what I did, just murdering the plant. Apparently Pothos roots don't like to be disturbed. I'm sure somebody has obliterated the roots before and the Pothos was fine, but I'm just noticing that in my experience it doesn't work, and I'm just not going to do that anymore. So there you go. Alright, so the next plant is another Pothos. It's a silver satin Pothos. I don't remember. I'm going to have to put it on the screen because I always get the next two plants I'm going to talk about mixed up. But I believe it's a silver satin Pothos, I think. So this Pothos, where did I see this at? I think Home Depot again. I go there quite often, obviously. But I saw it and I was like, oh my God. Because again, all these plants that I always see over YouTube and Instagram, I've never seen these in like real life. So I was just like, oh God, I gotta get it. Alright, so I bought the plant. I was just so excited to see it, and you know, the shimmer and the leaves is just such a pretty plant. Such a pretty plant. And yeah, again, end of January, looked awful, didn't know what was going on. I was getting freaked out because this was right after I murdered the golden Pothos. So I was just like, not you too. Like, what the heck, man? Like, why is this happening? And so I basically decided to bottom water the plant before I repotted it. And that helped a lot. As soon as I bottom watered it, I bottom watered it just without it, just the roots in it. Like, I basically took the roots out and put it in some water, and it perked up after that. And my dumb butt, I don't know why I thought, oh, get an 8-inch terracotta pot. No, it was already in an 8-inch pot and it was root bound. So I don't know what made me think to put it in another 8-inch pot, but I did, like a dummy, and it was just too full. Like, it was like, it's not going to survive in this. It needs a bigger pot. And it took me forever to find a 10-inch pot. Like, I went to like 4 different stores, couldn't find it. And I eventually went to a Lowe's near my job in Franklin, and I found it. And I was like, it was a 10.5-inch pot. And I was like, this might be too big. It wasn't too big. It's actually, it could probably stand to be in a bigger pot, honestly, because it's still to the brim with the soil. But it's doing so very well. I'm so happy about it. I did take some cuttings from that plant as well because I was scared it was going to die. And plus, the leaves, and I've heard about this too, on those type of plants, once they start trailing, the leaves will get smaller if it's not getting a lot of light. So people won't, I don't want to stake it, but people say that if you stake it, the leaves will get bigger. But I don't want to stake that plant. I want it to hang down low, swinging. No, I'm just playing. But no, that was probably inappropriate. I'm sorry. But no, I definitely wanted to trail, so I think I'm just going to keep it that way. We'll see what happens. But that is definitely a success. Alright, so the last plant I'm going to talk about today is the silvery Ann Philodendron, I think that's what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. I don't remember. I get them mixed up. I'm sorry. But this is the plant that I got from plantarina.com. This was actually like maybe a couple days before my birthday I got this plant. And she was doing a sale because it was December. And I think she was like having a 20% off sale each week on different type of plants. And I just happened to be in the week when these were on sale, and I was so excited because I've been, again, wanting these plants for so long. And I finally got it. And when I got the plant, I did film an unboxing. Didn't put it up because, and I did lose a little bit of soil, but I noticed that the plant was root bound already, and I tried to I stuffed it into a terracotta pot, and I was like, I probably shouldn't do this. Like, this is not good. I just remember feeling like that was a bad idea. So what did I do? I took the plant out of the pot. I put some bark at the bottom of the pot, and then I put the plant back in there. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna bump it up, because I didn't have a lot of soil. Again, I was running like out of all my materials by then. So I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll repot it later. And then I forgot about it. So again, it started to look sad. The leaves were curling. I was like, what is happening? I'm watering it. It's dying. I think I lost like 3 leaves, and I was just like, oh my God. So I took the roots out of the pot. What happened? The bark was the issue. The roots were growing into the bark, and I was like, oh my God. Like, it wasn't even in there for maybe a month, and like the roots were like, girl, I'm just growing away and you messing me up. Like, what you doing? So I basically had to take the roots, carefully take the roots out of the bark. I think I lost maybe an inch or 2 from the roots, but it wasn't drastic. And I repotted it into a 4.75 inch pot, because I didn't want to put it into a 6 inch pot. I thought that would have been too big. So a 4.75 inch pot was fine. And I bottom watered it. I'm loving bottom watering. Oh my God, it's like the best thing ever. But I bottom watered it, and it's just doing very, very well. So this is the plant now. Again, as you can see, perked up, got some height on there. It's not curled, and I even got some new growth coming in. But yeah, it's growing. Again, I lost a couple leaves, but it's all good because it's growing, and I'm just so excited. It looks so good. Look at that. It looks so freaking good. I'm just so happy about it, because I was like, if I kill these plants, I'm gonna want to kill myself, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But yeah, plants came back, and it's all good. Because I know people say like, oh, if you kill your plant, it's not a big deal. It's a big deal to me. Like, I don't like to kill anything. And, you know, these plants mean a lot to me. And so I don't want to kill them. Like, what the heck? But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will have another video soon. I'm trying to come back. I always say I'm back and then I disappear, but I'm trying to stick with it this time. I'm trying to stick with it. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.